Hi, good morning. So, before we start, let me introduce myself. I am Gerald Montesclaros, and I will be presenting about my topic, which is the floppy disk. So, what is floppy disk? Floppy disk is also known as flexible disk or diskettes that has the capacity to store the several hundred thousand or to millions of characters of data. Retrieving any specific data directly from a floppy disk or a floppy disk drive takes just a fraction of a second, approximately one-tenth. Their compact size and affordable price are typically just a few uh, price per disk played a pivotal role in igniting the personal computer revolution during the late 1970s. So the floppy disk possessing the mentioned attributes was designed an uncomplicated economical tool offering a moderate level of accessible backup storage to microcomputers, word processors, small business, and technical mini-computers. As the name suggests, this magnetic storage device consists of a flexible diskette coated with magnetic oxide, enclosed in a square casing featuring openings for the drive, spindle to engage with the center hole of the disk, and for the read-write head to interface with it. This diskette comes in three standardized sizes, approximately 203 mm or 8 inch, 133 or 5 and 1/4 inch, and 89 mm or 3.5 inch. The disk compactness and flexibility facilitate easy handling and storage, making it feasible to be sent via email. So, dali lang siya no, nga kaning mas ginayus ang floppy disk sa una kay tungod very easy lang, dali lang kaayo ang pagka-flexible sa kanang floppy disk maoy ginagamit sa mga sinauna or sa mga late 1970s na mga tao kay ang pagka-flexible man ano niya dali lang kaayo siya kanang magamit gud before mo to yung standardized nga sizes which is approximately 203 mm or in inch man kay 8 inch, then 133 mm or 1 and 1/4 inch, then ang ikatulo ang pinakagamay na ana is 89 mm or 3.5 inch. So mo to siya, the disk compactness and flexibility ang facilitate easy handling and storage. Dali lang siya sa kanang ma-store nimo kung asa nimo siya ibutang, dali lang siya matago, then dali lang po siya na kanang ma-facilitate mo and flexible po siya storage, making it feasible to be sent via email. So that is a floppy disk. Next slide. So the primary function of floppy disk was to serve as portable storage medium for computers. They were used for various purposes including data storage, system booting, backup and transfer, software distribution, portability, and compatibility. Okay, what is the primary function of a floppy disk? Muna to siya, data storage, system booting, backup and transfer, software distribution, portability, and compatibility. So, what is data storage sa ato ang floppy disk? Ug unsa man gyud na siya nga kaimportante or essential siya sa floppy disk? Nganong connected na sila? Floppy disk manggod kay were used to store and transfer data ba between computers. They were commonly used for saving documents, programs, and other files. Then mo to siya ginagamit siya to store and transfer data between computers. Data storage. It is commonly used for saving documents, programs, and other files. That is for the floppy disk and data storage. Muna siya ang isa sa function sa floppy disk. Ang ikaduhang function sa floppy disk is system booting. In the early days of computing, floppy disks were used to boot up computers. They contained essential system files needed to start a computer before hard drives became the norm for booting. So, meaning, the floppy disks now were used to boot computers. Uh, they contain essential system files needed to start the computer before hard drives became the norm for booting. So, naas pa yung floppy disk. Sa ikatulong primary function sa floppy disk is backup and transfer. They provided a means to back up important files and transfer data between different computers. So, especially noon sa era before internet connectivity and USB drives, naadyo primary mo dyan ang isa sa primary function sa floppy disk, which is to back up and transfer. Before pa sa era nga katong internet connectivity or katong mga USB nga drives. So before ato naadyo floppy disk. The fourth primary function of floppy disk is the software distribution. So in software distribution, floppy disk were a common medium for distributing software. Application, games, and operating systems were often distributed on multiple floppy disks. So, ang floppy disk is a common medium for distributing software, applications, games, and etc. So, ginagamit ang floppy disk before to at sa distribution or in distributing software or applications, games, and operating. Ang ginagamit nila ang floppy disk. That is why primary function software distribution is one of the primary function of floppy disk. The fifth one is the portability. Portability, their small size and relative durability made them portable and easy to transport. So this portability was crucial for individuals needing to work on different computers or share data between locations. So yes, as I mentioned a while ago, that the sizes of floppy disk kay pwede ra gid kaayo siya nga kanang dali ra kaayo siya nga madala-dala nimo, easy to transport, durability and flexible ang portability when it comes sa floppy disk. The last one, so napatay compatibility. Compatibility, when we say floppy disk, the compatibility were with a wide range of computers, making them a universal medium for data exchange in the early days of personal computer or computing. So in the personal computing, in the early days pa ato, bago pa lang sa mga computer. So the compatibility of floppy disk is a wide range of computers, making them a universal medium for data exchange kaniadto. The diskette is the heart of the floppy disk. So mo na ni siya ang part sa floppy disk. So there are parts will be mentioned sa floppy disk. So this number one is diskette. The diskette is the heart of the floppy disk. It is a thin circular piece made of a flexible material coated with a magnetic substance. This is where data is stored in magnetic patterns. Kaduha, protective casing. The diskette is encased in a protective shell, typically made of plastic. This casing shields the delicate magnetic disk from physical damage and dust. Ikatulo kay ang index hole located at the center, which is diri kani siya. Index hole located at the center of the diskette. The index hole allows the drive spindle to engage and rotate the disk. It is a key part of proper alignment and rotation. Read write. What do you read this? Read write notch. Okay, NOTCH, or a small opening on the edge of the diskette that indicates whether it's write protected or not. Covering this prevents data from being written onto the disk, serving as safety measure. So we have also the magnetic coating. The surface of the diskette is coated with a magnetic material, allowing data to be written and read using a read-write head in the disk drive. We have also label area. Label area is an area of the diskette designated for labeling purposes, allowing users to identify the contents of or purpose of the disk. Last, a shutter or sliding cover. The sides. In some designs, there's a sliding cover that protects the exposed portion of the disk when it's not inside the drive. This cover helps prevent dust and debris from damaging the magnetic surface. So that was the last part of the floppy disk. So each of these components plays a vital role in the functionality and protection of the data stored on a floppy disk. So the impact of floppy disk on technology. Evolution of floppy disk storage capacity. One of the notable aspects of the floppy disk impact was its evolving storage capacity. So the early floppy disk has a storage or just a few kilobytes, but as a technology advanced, so did the storage capacity of floppy disk. Okay, so the 5.25-inch floppy disk started with a capacity of 160 kilobytes, are eventually reached a maximum capacity of 1.2 megabytes. The 3.5-inch floppy disk, on the other hand, initially had a capacity of 720 kilobytes and later increased to 1.44 megabytes. So the decline and obsolescence of the floppy disk. As technology progressed, the limitation of the floppy disk became more apparent. The relatively small storage capacity and the slow data transfer speeds of floppy disk made them less practical for the increasing demands of modern computing. So the rise of other storage technologies such as CD-ROMs, USB flash drives, and external hard drives gradually rendered the floppy disk obsolete. By the early 2000s, floppy disks were no longer standard equipment on computers and their usage declined significantly. So the legacy of the floppy disk, despite its decline and obsolescence, the floppy disk left an indelible mark on the world of technology. In PAVE, so no man to as time goes by, nag-high-tech pod ang mga gamit nato sa ato ang ginagamit as far sa ato ang technology, no. So naga-enhance pod ta and naga-high-tech pod ta maong naga-evolve pod and mas naapay naka-invent na mas easy and mas high-tech na gamitan kaysa sa floppy disk. Pero ang paggamit sa floppy disk sa kaniadto is very useful because of its compatibility, portability, flexibility sa paggamit o pag-transfer sa mga datas, application software when it comes sa floppy disk. So, despite its decline and obsolescence, the floppy disk left an indelible mark on the world of technology. It paved the way for the future advancements in portable storage, and these modern storage devices owe their existence in part to the humbly floppy disk. So the floppy disk holds a significant place in the history of technology. Its invention, different sizes, and impact on computing showcase the rapid evolution of storage technology. While it may no longer be a practical storage solution in today's world, the floppy disk will also be remembered as a pioneering piece of technology that shaped the way we store and transfer data. So as I've said earlier that the rapid evolution of storage technology, so naga naga-evolve ta samtang nagadugay habang gadugay naga-evolve ang atong naga-high-tech ato ang paggamit. So even though wala na sa ato ang generation karon wala na wala na jud kaayo ta nagagamit or wala na ta nagagamit og floppy disk, it is because naga-evolve ang ato ang technology. Pero ang paggamit nato sa floppy disk atong kaniadto has an incredible or kanang significant is a flexible disk na siya or a diskettes muna siya ang ginagamit nato in early 1970s. So as time goes by, we are evolving and now naga-upgrade ta, nata evolution and naga-high-tech ang ato ang technology. Kaya we are no longer kaayo nagagamit jud ani nga ang technology, but I know some of people or some of napadyapog yung nagagamit ani nga technology. This has mark nga kanang na siya impact sa tua as people. Okay, that would be all and that ends my presentation.